Hey, we're back with Chaos Child. We're definitely 100% finishing Kazuki's route today, so we can go do a good route instead. Right? Uki's route is good, right? Right? Have I said this? I don't really like Kazuki's route. Like, Takumi was cool, like when he showed up, you know, Takumi, but nothing else that was really like. It's definitely a step below Arimori and No-Nos, which I both thought were good, although like, yeah, they're good. I left the dorm. We talked for a while about how exactly we were going to confront Wakui, though there's just an hour left before the time we'd given. Fear filled my chest. Took deep breaths so that I could stay calm. There wasn't much we could do. More than anything, we wanted to use Kazuki's power to its fullest. We needed to go someplace with a lot of people. The most populated place in Shibuya right now is the Hikari Wall. Actually, every other place in Shibuya was empty. Ito told me yesterday that people without any home except Shibuya had taken the place over. We were lucky that Wakui told us to go there. Plan to arrive early, just let Kazuki say as many words as possible. Something happened? Good for us. Wasn't even fair to call this a plan. But with only an hour left, there's nothing else we could do. Just start like a live stream and just go like, Wakui blows up, Wakui explodes, Wakui has a heart attack in 40 seconds, you know, that kind of thing. Came out of the dorm. Did you change? Yeah, we can't see him, but actually the skirt changed. They couldn't afford to do Sprite. Oh, I see. Kazuki had wet herself in Wakui. Oh, you're right, I forgot about that. So I made her change. Would have been better if she switched into something easier to move around in. For some reason, she was still in her uniform. I displayed the map on my Pokecom. The photo of the map in the club room I taken yesterday. We wanted to get to the Hikari Well, yet avoid the monsters appearing from the portal device. The fastest and safest route from Hekio Dorm 1 to the station was... Meijidori. What, is that how you get the bad ending then? You get to this point and then it's like, oh no, you took the non-safe route. You take the subway tunnel next to Miyashita Park to go underground and head straight to the Hikari Wall. Kazuki nodded and slowly offered me a piece of dried squid. He's eaten nothing but dried squid for the past 3 days. Do you think he really wants dried? Of course he does. Clearly realized what she wanted me to eat it. It's her last meal, huh? Gratefully took the squid from Kazuki and bit into it. Unique smell and taste filled my mouth. It's good. As I felt like I was starting to cry, Kazuki grabbed me by the arm. Her tiny body was still shaking. We were going to die? So of course she was. She may have hated to lose, that didn't mean she was scared. I patted her lightly on the back to encourage her, then started to lead the way. Our plan quickly hit a stumbling block. Our investigation yesterday hadn't found any portals around here, but... We concealed ourselves as we looked down the pedestrian bridge onto Meijidori. Dinosaur! 5 huge dragons covered in yellow and black scales were stomping up and down the block. When I looked in the direction of the station, I could see the distinctive light of a portal device 50 meters ahead of us. We went back to the park and hid. The thing wasn't there yesterday. It wasn't someplace that obvious. One of us would have seen it. It probably appeared sometime after we looked yesterday. What do we do? How are we supposed to get to the Hikari Wall now? There isn't much time left. Hey, maybe we can call Wakui. Hey, sorry, we're running a little late. Can you hold up? The portal device is appearing in a circle around Shibuya Station. Hikari Wall is right next to the station on the east side. Can't use the trains. There are no trains coming to Shibuya Station. Couldn't you, like, go underground? There's no trains coming? Just go to well... Another station is probably far away, huh? It's true that getting within a 100-meter radius of a portal device doesn't mean you're definitely going to be attacked. We can get through fast without them noticing us. What if, for example, we were to run from our present location, the back of the Miyashita Park Management Office, over the pedestrian bridge, down the stairs, and then to the subway entrance? No, it's too dangerous. She looks confused. Doesn't she realize why it's dangerous? Alright, then time for a lecture. We don't really know what those monsters are physically capable of, do we? They're originally creatures from our video game, after all.
私、ゲームじゃ何度も戦ってる。
Yeah, but are you level 54 in real life? 53? Don't say 53, we don't talk about that number. That's not the issue. The difference fighting them in the game versus fighting them in real life. Yeah, if you die in the real life, you die in the game. We haven't seen for ourselves how fast or smart they can be. Even if we do make it past the ones on the road, we don't know that they aren't more in the subway station. If they are, we all have nowhere to run, since we can't head back up to the stairs. That's the worst possible scenario. Just for another reason I wanted to approach things from a safe spot. Oh, it's like RuneScape! Just hide behind a rock! They can't get you. If we died before we could use Kazuki's power, there'd be no point. We wouldn't be able to save Kurusu or hurt Wakui. Kazuki seemed to agree. Loaded the map image back onto my Pokecom. Found enough time to go to another station and head around from there. Thought about heading down the tracks from Shinsen, Daikanyama, or Omotensado stations. That wasn't realistic. Hey, see, that was my idea! Thanks for bringing it up, Takuro. Those stations are still running. One of the staff got us sneaking out of the tracks. We could lose valuable time. Is there any other way? I stared at the map. Seems there should be a way through on the map. Yeah? The 100-meter radius around the portal device was a safe zone the police had established. We use that as a base to look at where in Shibio is safe for travel. You go by water. You don't go by land, go by sea. 2 lanterns. As long as we can go through the Sabo department store right next to the Tatsuya and Starbucks. Starbrick, sorry. I was about to say, they just use the straight up brand. We can make it to the Scramble Crossing. We had Kazuki's D-Sword to help us with that. The Shibuya Scramble? The 428? There are no portal devices in the Scramble Crossing, is it? A new one might have appeared by now. That whole area was a complex maze, both above and below ground. That blue is... Oh, the blue is the... What is the blue? I thought it was water, but... Don't ask... I don't know. This is the station. Station's blue? Station was underwater the whole time? But then even if that was the case, we would still have a good chance of escaping the monster. Let's go this way. Kazuki looked at the route I showed her, quickly nodded. The sky was a cheerful blue. Beneath it, the buildings were as quiet as the dead. As we ran through the streets, we could hear the distant howls of monsters. I felt like I had become a character in a video game, like Nightheart. We're going through a very tiny safe area, dodging between the various danger spots. That safe area was something I'd come up with quickly, and hadn't had a long time to think about. No guarantee it was actually safe at all. Just from knowing that a monster might leap out at us at any minute started to wear me down. But even so, add that to the but even so counter. We broke down the shutter at Sable department store and ran through the building. We then dashed across the empty Scramble Crossing, went under the bridge. Somehow managed to reach the Hikari wall. Okay, see, that entire last 8 minutes, well, the whole getting there, I don't get what's going on. I don't care what's going on. They should have just cut that. It should have been like, Kazuki, you changed your clothes after you peed yourself because the author's into that, right? And she was like, yeah, I did. And then it just cuts to them at the station. That's it. The door was open wide and I could see many homeless people. I haven't seen this many people together for days. There are hundreds of them. Some of them sleeping on beds made of cardboard. Others are enjoying a lunchtime banquet of drinks. Oh, hey, at least they're having fun. Drinks and snacks. All the voices overlapped into a chaotic child spiral of noise. Felt strangely at home. Where's Gen? We need Gen with us. Kazuki and I looked at each other. This is more than enough people. Ready? We had less than 15 minutes until noon. Do it. Wakui explodes! Kazuki took a deep breath. Oh yeah, that works too, I guess, but I mean, screamed into the Hikari wall. Again, you could come up with something else. And again. You see, this is a good fantasy power, because it can make anything, but also she has to publicly humiliate herself to do it. See, so there's pros and cons to it. All the people gathered at the Hikari wall were staring in shock at this teenage girl who'd shown up out of nowhere and started shouting nonsense at them. All the noise in the entrance hall faded into dead silence. Kazuki's voice is the only thing you could hear. I imagine that this seemed like some kind of gag to the people who were watching us. She was only screaming this one single phrase. Her goal was to imprint it as deeply as she could into the minds of the people here. That's the best plan we could come up with in the short amount of time we had. Couldn't you just, like, I don't know, like print off a sumo sticker and like hold it up to Wakui? There might have been a better way. As exhausted and stressed out as we were, it didn't seem likely we'd be able to come up with it. But I'm imagining, you know that one item in TF2, like the sign that you can put like any spray on, like so you can put any picture on it? Just get that with a bunch of sumo stickers on it. I didn't expect this plan to work. It's barely even a plan at all. Even so... Oh wait, add that to the but even so counter? Since Kazuki's power couldn't be controlled, there's no telling what exactly it could do. The possibilities were infinite. Just like it had created those portal devices, the monsters that came with them, maybe it'll do something we didn't expect. I hope that it would create a sumo sticker stronger than all the ones in Shibuya combined. What I'm imagining is they're gonna fight Wakui, you know, the sumo sticker won't show up, and then like they're knocked down, they're staring at the sky, and it's like the end of Portal 2. It's the moon, but the moon is a sumo sticker, and they use that to defeat Wakui. At this point, it was all luck. I had no idea what would happen. Maybe something would, maybe nothing would. There wasn't much time left at all until noon. These last 10 minutes were all we had. All we could wish for was that something would appear that would help us fight Wakui. There wasn't really anything else I could do, except to stay by Kazuki's side. Oh, Kazuki's dead. Kazuki must have hurt her throat from screaming so much. She suddenly started to cough and heave. Despite that, she kept on yelling. I mean, like, Wakui doesn't have a way to counter AK-47. Just... It's time! Kazuki gasped and fell silent. That's enough. Nothing had happened yet. Nothing happened. That was the reality. There just wasn't enough time for Kazuki's power to materialize something. Kazuki, you did great. We lost our chance to fight back. No, it's gonna be the moon. At this rate, we wouldn't be able to save Kurusu either. The regret threatened to overwhelm me. I couldn't run away now. I had to go. I told myself that I couldn't stop here. Sorry, Kazuki. It all happened because you saved me. Kazuki whispered and softly took my hand. Also, don't look at me in public, and I can't be associated with the super strong sumo sticker girl. I gripped her hand back. Her warmth made me feel just a little bit better. The only good thing about this was that Kazuki said she'd stay by my side until the very end. Otherwise, I might have been too scared to go. That's a real Takumi of you, Takuro. Now look up. Go to Wakui. Yeah, look up at the sky. It's your last chance to save Kurusu. The big sumo sticker in the sky. The homeless men are still looking at us in shock. We ignored them and headed for the elevators, still holding each other's hands. The theater... How do you say that again? It's not... like, just... Hub? Was on the 11th floor of the Hikari wall. The entire hall was called the Sky Lobby. It was an all-glass observation deck. You can look out and see. Is it pronounced Hikari wall, by the way? I know Japanese, they like to get you. They got a couple pranks in their language, right? I think, is it wall that is sometimes just pronounced O? So is it the Hikari O? We're looking this up. Hikari wall. Oh, the only thing that pops up is Chaos Child. Is it even a real place? It might not be. Oh no, there's a Reddit. I gotta see the real life counterpart to Hikari wall. Okay, so it's okay. We'll never know. Even at this height, I could see how empty the town was. The time itself had stopped.
Oi, 君たち、
That's creepy.
時間ギリギリだよ。
The entrance was empty except for Wakui. He spoke like he was still our teacher. We were still his students. It made me mad now. He was a bag of stuff wearing the skin of a teacher. Good job. I hated myself not seeing it sooner. There's a single chair next to him. Kurusu was sitting in it. Kurusu! She didn't respond. She wasn't tied down or restrained in any way. was sitting up straight, her posture excellent, and her hands on her lap. Her expression was lifeless. Her eyes were open, there's no sparkle in them. He couldn't have. What did you do to use his power on it? Come on, dude.
別に大したことはしてないんだけどね。ちょっとばかり過去の傷をえぐってあげたぐらいだよ。
You guy, pardon my French. You're not supposed to reveal that until Nono's route.
体を傷つけたりはしていないんだ。ちょっとおとなしくなってもらっただけさ。非難されても困るな。
My vision turned red with rage. I was overtaken with the impulse to punch him in the face. Yeah, do it, do it! Kazuki gripped my hand tighter. Our eyes met. She said nothing, but she sadly shook her head. I could tell what she was trying to say. Don't resist. She was right. You came here to be killed after all. Oh, come on! Don't be a Takumi! We would turn ourselves over to Wakui in exchange for Kurusu. We'd run out of ideas. Kazuki's words hadn't worked. Our last hope was to do whatever Wakui wanted. I gripped my fist tightly and swallowed my anger. Please, let Kurusu go. We're not gonna fight you.
あ、そうなの?
Wakui chuckled and put his hand on Kurusu's shoulder in a friendly way. It's almost enough to bring the anger back.
その割にはさっき下で何かやってたみたいだけど。
Let Kazuki have her hobbies. If she wants to shout, she can shout. Oh, we found out. Kazuki couldn't speak. I had to come up with something. But it ended up not working. So we gave up and came here. Not a big deal to you, right? You're so much more powerful. You want to kill us? Then go and kill us. At least don't hurt Kurusu. At least do that, right?
宮代くんはそんなに死にたいのかい? ...
I gulped. Rather die than go through what I experienced yesterday. It'd be easier. I spoke honestly.
そっか。なるほどね。委員会からの指示ではね、君たちを殺せとは言われていないんだ。
Huh?
あ、いや失礼。言い方が正しくないな。
Yeah, he said Takeru could live, but if Takeru wants to die.
和樹くんについては殺すなと言われているんだ。君は貴重なサンプルなんでね。宮代くんについては、正直どっちでもよかったりする。
Derek gave the go ahead though.
彼女からは殺してもいいという許可はもらったわけだから、僕の気分次第という感じかな。
Huh? Who is she? What did he mean it was up to him?
ま、とりあえず宮代くんのことは後で考えるとして。
He started to laugh mockingly. Oh! I took out a sword. What is that? Well, what is that? That's not a sword! That is... a starfish! Oh, get Fuko in here! Fuko can beat him! Oh, there's the crazy smile. The shape was so awful, so terrifying, that just seeing it made me want to throw up. It looked like a physical embodiment of what a nice guy Wakui was. I want to see the whole thing.
まずは和樹くんに。
How do you fight with that? Put the blade up to Kurusu's neck. What blade? There's no blade there.
絶望してもらおうかな。
Wait! That wasn't the deal! Kazuki immediately shook off my hand. Made her own D-sword appear, right? The chainsaw. The blade whipped around like a snake and hardened into a solid, straight form. Oh, can it be? Is it a whip too? Is it like I'm imagining like what's her name from Soul Calibur? The lady with no clothes. She flung it straight at Wakui. It's just a quick snap of the wrist with no wind up at all. It flew so fast that it created shockwaves as it traveled. And Wakui quickly blocked it with his own blade.
抵抗する気満々じゃないか。先生に嘘はいけないな。嘘をついたのはどの口だい?
Oh, tongue? Suddenly and inexplicably, Kazuki took out her tongue. What's she doing? What is she doing? She looked up towards the ceiling and stuck it out more. She stood up on her tiptoes, her legs shaking like a newborn fawn's, her hand flapping desperately to keep balance. Like she was being pulled upwards by an invisible fishing hook that pierced right through her tongue. Kazuki, what's wrong? Tears formed in the corners of her eyes. Her expression contorted in pain. Her eyes looked at me for help.
子供の頃、親に言われたことはないかい？嘘つきは閻魔様に舌を引っこ抜かれるぞってさ。
I never heard that one actually. No, they never mentioned that. Felt something cold run down my back. A very bad feeling. Stop it! Yamaru! There's no time for me to even reach out my hand. Or Kazuki bit off her own tongue. Doesn't he like need her alive? Probably able to talk? Blood spurted everywhere. Her frail body lost its balance and collapsed. Ooh-ah! Kazuki! Ran over and held her in my arms. Her eyes had rolled into the back of her head. Bubbles were pouring down her mouth as her body spasmed. Huh? Delusion? There's no blood around her mouth. No idea what had just happened. Confused, I used my fingers to open her mouth. Her tongue was still there! Perfect! It hadn't been severed. Looked around, couldn't see any pieces of it lying on the floor. Wakui was grinning.
自分が舌を噛み切るリアルな幻覚を見せられたら、さすがにショックでかいよね。でもこんなのまだまだ序の口だよ。和樹くんには徹底的に壊れてもらわないと。サンプルっていうのはそういうものだからね。
I didn't even feel any rage. There's only powerlessness and despair. Setsubo? There's no point in even trying to fight him. Couldn't save anyone. Not Kurusu, not Kazuki, not even myself. Everything was up to Wakui now. All I could do was wait for the moment of my death, like cattle. I didn't even plan on fighting back when I come here anyway. I knew I probably wouldn't be able to save Kurusu. That's right. None of this is unexpected. I'll be stopping Takumi! Come on! I'll be killed and I won't be able to do anything about it. There's nothing more to it than that. No matter how much I have to watch Kazuki and Kurusu suffer, they're both gonna die anyway. It doesn't matter. Because once he dies, the pain goes away. I'm so tired. I just want this over with. Maybe I should bite off my own tongue. Ha 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 ha.
なんだ？宮代くんも壊れ気味なのかい？こらえしょうがないな。だったらさっきの続きを見せてあげるよ。
Like, my only guess is like Takumi actually rubbed off on Takuro. Because he does feel like a different character in this route. He is more Takumi than ever before. Like before he was maybe 33% Takumi. Now he's at least like 60%. Wakui pulled the blade back to Kurusu's neck.
目をそらしてはいけない。しっかり見ておくこと。ほら。
Like, there's not even a blade. Oh, is it like a scissor, but there's 4 of them? Is that it? So like he holds it up to you and then like clicks the button or something, and like the sharp blade sliced open the white flesh of her. Blood spurted out like a fountain. What if that's not even the real Kurusu? I watched it like I was in a trance. Kurusu's head was slumped forward, so Wakui grabbed it and lifted it up so I could see her face. Her expression was blank. There's no sign of pain, no sign of resistance. It made me feel just a little better. At least she didn't suffer. Get shut up, Takaru! His D-sword was extremely sharp and it cut through Kurusu's neck like a knife through butter. It didn't seem real at all. Like watching the death of one of the characters in the game I played with Kazuki. Wakui lifted up Kurusu's head and tossed it away. Landed on the ground in front of me as I lay there, her long hair wrapping around it as it rolled. Never realized how small her head really was before. But as I stared at it, someone walked over to me. I looked up. Kurusu's headless body was standing in front of me. Okay, yeah, sure. The body slowly picked up the head and went back to the chair. And it put its head back on the same way a person might put on a helmet. I don't know if she could do that. That's like one of her powers? A low moan came from its mouth. Kurusu then blinked several times and looked at me. What's going on? What kind of nightmare is this? It was connected to her body once again. Kurusu saw me and started to cry. What the hell is happening? Why?
2度目は思考を変えてみよ
Second time? Huh? Second time? What's he talking about? Wakui stuck the blade up against her neck again. Kurusu's features contorted with terror.
タクル、助けて。ねえ、助けて。お願い。
Yamayo! She just died. She just chopped off her head. How is she able to ask me for help?
いや、死にたくない。
You already did. Don't look at me like that.
さような。
Yeah, Doctor, he doesn't care about saving her. He just cares about the logic of this.
いや、いやいやいやいやいや。
Ah! She screamed and shook. Her neck was sliced open again. Stop! Her screams quickly stopped and were replaced by the sound of like air from a leaky pipe. Her head rolled down and landed on the floor with a thud. Stop it, please. What's happening? I had Kurusu have to get her head cut off twice. Kurusu has nothing to do with this. Shouldn't cause any problems for Wakui or the committee. This is an illusion. Oh, what? He's aware? Yeah, that's right. It's an illusion. It's a delusion that Wakui is showing me. Kurusu wasn't killed twice. She was killed once. The second time was an illusion.
拾いなさい。
Huh? Wakui said something strange. Kurusu's body stood up in the answer to his word, picked up her head again. Then she put it back on her body. She's supposed to be that hero whose head was stuffed with red bean paste? I'm sorry. Wait, Onpon Man! I know Onpon Man! This wasn't funny. That's a thing, right? I'm like Onpon Man. But yeah, it's a children's superhero picture book series. I know my obscure, well, I don't think it's even obscure in Japan, but I know my children's anime. No, I don't. Don't ask me what like a Doraemon is. Maybe laughing would have made it easy. My vision blurred. Realized I was crying. Started to hear Kurusu's sobs.
タクル、なんで私生きてるの？
Plot twist, you aren't. Dono died 6 years ago.
今首を切られたはずなの。なんで？ねえ、答えて。私なんで涌井先生に殺されてるの？
I felt like I was about to go crazy. Didn't want to see anymore. Wanted everything to go totally black. This is all a delusion. That's what I wanted to believe. When would it end? How many times would Kurusu have to go get her head cut off before he'd finally let her die? How many times would I have to see her head cut off before he'd finally let me die? I can't take it anymore. So sick of this fear and stuff. Pardon my French. Yeah, there we go. Good. Am I gonna just destroy my own mind? No, what? No. If you could just come on, go for him. Come on. Then I won't be able to feel anything. I could be at peace until I die. That'd be great, wouldn't it? It'd be really great, wouldn't it? Just attack him. Huh? Then it happened. Suddenly, there's a noise like a trumpet that filled the entire ship. He goes, oh, the great big sumo sticker in the sky.
この音はまさか。
That's the sound of a sumo sticker. For the first time, Wakui's expression changed to one of shock. He looked directly at the still unconscious Kazuki. Wait, the sound? I think I've heard it before. It can't be! Kazuki's power. Oh, Kazuki's words. Does it make that noise? I don't remember. Kazuki's delusions. Had one been rebooted? The super strong sumo AK-47 actually goes outside. There's just a glass of banana juice sitting there. What if it had? What form was it gonna take? If nothing else, I couldn't see anything happening near where we were. Both Wakui and I were listening very carefully. Looking as hard as I could to see if I could hear anything besides Kurusu's sobs. I looked around desperately, trying to find the sumo sticker. What was it? Where was it? What had changed? Suddenly I heard a faint noise. Like a rumble in the distance. It was far smaller than the sound of the trumpet I'd first heard. The floor began to shake in response to the sound. It wasn't an earthquake. Tremors were spaced too closely. It was outside. Something was happening outside. Knowing Kazuki, Kurusu, and Wakui, staggered over to the glass window. I wanted to see it for myself. What form had Kazuki's last uncontrollable wish taken? Some tiny corner of my crippled heart, I thought to myself. Maybe it'd be nice if whatever it was completely destroyed this insane. Don't wish that. Don't wish that. Realized that I was on the verge of going crazy. But even so, add that to the counter. Looked outside with a burning hope in my heart. Kibo! Looked down at the city of Shibuya below. And there, I saw it. Once below, quickly realized that something was wrong. I didn't want to admit that it could be real. That maybe is another one of Wakui's illusions, but... Super strong sumo sticker? Wakui had forgotten all about toying with me, instead gazing in awe at the unbelievable sight before him. From the look of things, it wasn't something he had created. But that it wasn't another one of his delusions. It was real. That was what Kazuki had created. When I realized this, I was awestruck. I mean, the scale was all wrong. Oh. He was holding the cylinder tower of the 107 like one would hold a body pillow. Look at that guy. Where do you think? Remember all those people with the masks who were just kind of hanging out? Shibuya? Where are they at? They need to get over here. Or do you think some of them were at the station when Kazuki was yelling? They wanted to join in too, but they forgot their mask. They're like, "You go, girl!" But they couldn't say anything. They're shaped like a human. Pretty pudgy. Actually, it was obese. The surface of its body was slick and shiny. I couldn't tell where they were sweating. That's just what the skin was like. Mostly naked, except for the loincloth around its waist. Black hair is oily, clung tightly to its head. There's no top knot. Hair is parted perfectly in the center. Strangely enough, its face had 2 mouths, 2 noses, and 3 eyes. But not the face of a human. The face of a sumo sticker. The center eye was closed. The other 2 were flung wide open. Even at this distance, I could see the giant eyeballs were constantly moving. The mouth was continually opening and closing. It seemed to be eating. Whether sleepy or thirsty, maybe even trying to speak, couldn't tell. Movements are sluggish and lumbering. Oh! Listen to the music. Like a giant monster from a kaiju movie. Yeah, giant monster. The perfect word for it. It's as tall as 107 after all. Giant sumo sticker man, so that's what I decided to call him. But I've been very interested in his feet since the moment I'd first seen him. Remembered right, there's a portal device over there. The place is crawling with monsters. Giant sumo sticker man lifted up one of his feet off the ground and flicked it a little. It's covered with monsters clinging to him. From the distance, they look like tiny pieces of garbage. I could still see them. Giant sumo sticker man kept shaking his left leg. The monsters didn't let go. And then, the 2 mouths howled in unison, slammed its left leg into the ground. The monsters were knocked off. In fact, it crushed the portal device itself. Pyrokinetic had been water break. Okay, the pyrokinetic had been annihilated when she touched the device. Evidently, wasn't capable of handling the size of a giant sumo sticker. The horrible portal device that caused so much pain was crushed beneath the feet of the giant sumo sticker. I started to laugh. This time, it wasn't out of resignation. I hadn't gone crazy. Faced with the overwhelming size, aren't you supposed to go ah when you see him? Hail the giant sumo sticker man. For all the time I'd spent running and being afraid for the past week, it all seemed kind of stupid now. Oi? I can understand why Wakui was panicking. In the face of something like that, your only options were to laugh, scream, or pretend it didn't exist. Seriously though, who the hell dreamed that thing up? Multiple people had to share the same precise image, down to the smallest details, for Kazuki's words to real. What? Yeah, that's why it should have been the moon. Everyone imagined the sumo sticker as a moon. Was that why they taken from the super strong sumo sticker? What, do you think they all could have talked about it after they left? Like, hey, what do you imagine a super strong sumo sticker is? Nothing short of a miracle, created by astronomical odds. Human imagination can be a scary, scary thing.
Takuru, senpai.
Kazuki had woken up and staggered over to me. Quickly grabbed her body to steady her. Her jaw practically dropped when she saw the giant sumo sticker.
あれって、私が
Yep, I'm sure of it.
だったら。
Kazuki closed her eyes tight.
涌井先生をぶっ倒してくれないかな。
Oh, does she control it? As in response to her words, Giant Sumo Sticker Man howled once more. Oh, he's happy! Look at him! Waving his giant arms, it knocked down the 107 building. He's gonna play baseball. The rubble and dust flew up into the air. Giant Sumo Sticker Man looked at us. Does he recognize us? Oh boy. But he recognizes Kazuki? Giant Sumo Sticker Man's central eye opened. The black pupil with a crimson iris. The third eye was looking straight at us. When it saw us, a sense of indescribable terror and exhaustion raced through my body. My knees started to shake. I couldn't even stand. My vision blurred. My ears started to ring. I felt like I was going to throw up. I had the hallucination that every drop of blood in my body was freezing over. My whole body started to shudder from the cold. They're a million times worse than the sumo stickers I'd seen around the city. What happened to Wakui? I forced myself to look through my blurred vision. He was kneeling on the floor and vomiting. It was working! Giant Sumo Sticker Man was nullifying his power. Kazuki! Kazuki! Kazuki had gone pale and was clinging to me tightly. I shook her by the shoulders. Give him an order! Giant Sumo Sticker Man might listen to what you tell him! Kazuki nodded through the pain. He looked back out at the Giant Sumo Sticker Man.
来い。こっちに来い。
Maybe you should specify, like, come here, but, like, don't destroy the building we're in. Keep us safe. Her voice is a hoarse whisper. What? Me? But he heard it! Giant Sumo Sticker Man unleashed a mighty roar from both of his two mouths, with a slow, ponderous step forward. His blubber shook as he walked. He traveled the distance between 107 and Scramble Crossing in only a few steps. Maybe he could sense Kazuki's thoughts. No idea how it worked, but I didn't care. At this point, there's no point in even asking questions. His mouth is scary. I couldn't get distracted.
来い。
君たち、なんてものを生み出してくれたんだ。あのデタラメな存在は一体なんだ。世界の秩序とか一切無視か。
But he's nice! Look at him! He's a nice guy! Wakui stood up and slowly moved towards us, shaking and wobbling as he moved. I slid between him and Kazuki and pushed him away. He couldn't regain his balance, fell flat onto his butt. Pardon my French.
力が入らない。力士シールの効力なのか。
A super strong sumo stick.
なるほど。そういうことか。あんなものをリアルブートしたのにはそういう理由が。アンチギガロマニアックスの巨人とでも言う気かい。まったくふざだが勝ったつもりにならない方がいい。
What are you gonna do? Punch us without Gigalomaniac powers? Oh, at the almost same moment that Wakui readied his D-sword again, there's a roar from below that shook the whole building. I looked down to see what had happened. So the giant sumo sticker man lying on top of the elevated section of the Yamanori railway line. Must have tripped on it. Ah, he grabbed the side of the station building and used it to help himself up, crushing the tracks in the process. He had moved forward. He's just a little clumsy. Slammed himself into the side of the Hikariwo! Hikariwo was struck with the force of hundreds of thousands of Yokozunas. Yokozuna. Of course we all know what a Yokozuna is. We don't need a tip for that, because we all know what that means. The body slams continued, again and again. The building itself began to buckle. Shockwave sent us crashing to the floor. The glass broke and poured down on us. I felt a cold wind on my skin. When the shaking finally stopped, looked up to see what had happened to Kazuki and Cruz. Relieved to see they hadn't fallen out of the window. Wakui was still alive. He stood up before we had and was cursing us in rage. There was another huge shock. Wakui and the rest of us were knocked away. I was worried that the Hikari wall might break.
君たち、悪いけどあれ、なんとかしてくれないかな。ああ、いやいい。 やっぱりいいや。
Hey, no hard feelings, right? Can you save me?
先に君たちを殺すから。
Wakui didn't even have the energy left to keep up his good teacher act. Ready to his sword, his face full of anger. Even though it was obvious he could barely stay standing, he attacked us out of sheer desperation. He was obsessed with killing us. However, I wasn't ready to give up yet either. Finally had our own trump card, Giant Sumo Sticker Man. Every bit of obsessed with killing Wakui. He's like a Exodia. We got the 5 pieces of the sumo stickers together. You! Grabbed Kazuki's body in my arms and... Ooh-ah! Jumped, leapt outside through the broken window.
Senpai.
Yeah, we don't need Kurusu. The ground got closer and closer. I mean, maybe you like... I don't know. Should have thought this one through? I was terrified. If I hit the ground at this speed, my bones would shatter, my body would be crushed, and die in a spray of blood and organs. Nothing to support me, nothing to grab onto. Couldn't keep my balance in midair. All I could do was cling tightly to Kazuki. Kazuki, make it catch us! Maybe you should have done that before you jumped? Kazuki quickly understood and looked around for it. There's no need to look. Giant Sumo Sticker Man was right under us, clinging to the Ikari wall building. He twisted his neck to look at us. A huge flabby hand was extended beneath us and caught us! Yay! Let's go! It was soft like a cushion. We're still going pretty fast though, so the impact was intense. Broke our legs, but hey, at least we were alive. Looked up at him and saw his arm, his shoulder, and his giant sumo sticker face. Look at him, he's happy! But seeing his face from up close only made me feel even more sick. But no, he wants to protect us. A part of me wanted to jump off and die rather than stay here. Closed my eyes, gritted my teeth, did my best to fight the impulse.
Miyashiro! Kazuki!
Hey, hear Wakui's voice from above. I looked up and saw that he had jumped out of the building too. What? What? Only in the Chaos series. Oh. Remind you, this is the same universe Steins Gate is in. You have 2 high schoolers jump out of the 11th story skyscraper, jump in to be grabbed by a giant sumo sticker man, but then of course you have their evil teacher jump out the window after them and climb onto a cliff racer to get... Wait, is that what a sword looks like? That's what this kind of dinosaur is called, by the way, cliff racer. Slid through the air towards us.
あの鳥、演数2に出てくるやつかも。
Quetzalcoatl? Oh,
ケツァルコアトルスって名前。
can't believe they just ripped off Fate Grand Order with that name like that. It was pink and almost completely featherless. Tell by comparing it to Wakui's that its wingspan was over 5 meters long. There's no such bird as that. Even if there were, it wouldn't live in the middle of Tokyo. Even if it did, it wouldn't be taking orders from Wakui. Wakui's delusions had created it. Wakui flew past giant sumo sticker man, slicing into its shoulder with his D-sword. Like, this is what the Chaos series is about. Its 2 mouths moaned in pain. Instead of blood, white sumo stickers spurted out of the wound. Of course, the wind carried them across the Shibuya sky. Wakui spun around in midair for another attack. Is this what Shadow of the Colossus is like? I've never played it. Kazuki? That was when I realized that Kazuki was holding the sides of her temples in pain. Her body was so hot in my arms that I thought I might get burned. She was feeling weak. I wasn't sure if it was because of Wakui's attack, the fact that she used her power. Maybe it's because she was giving orders to giant sumo stickers. Don't push yourself too hard, I screamed, unable to stand seeing her in that. She did I say shrimpily? Shook her head in response. She then looked at me in desperation. Spoke these words clearly.
あいつ倒そう。チャンス今しかないから。
Sumo sticker man, throw us at him!
武器を手に入れたんだから使って。
Can I really do this? Kazuki grabbed me by my necktie as if to urge me on. She gritted her teeth, whispered in my ear through the pain.
先輩が指示してください。
Oh, that's allowed?
そしたら戦
I can do it. I can fight. In fact, I have a monster at my disposal that's capable of ripping Wakui in two. Which means I need to use that weapon to survive. Got it! Or we could just let Wakui kill us. Kazuki nodded. The giant sumo sticker man's fingers closed around us. Brought his hand up and sat us on his shoulder. A little more unstable than his palm. At least here I wouldn't have to look at his face. This is art. But he has his D-sword. Just as I thought, moving up here made me feel a lot better. But no, he's holding onto Kazuki's, my bad. I had Kazuki summon a D-sword and plunge into the giant sumo sticker man's neck, giving us support so he wouldn't fall off. Doesn't that hurt him? Here he comes! So like, do you think they're like, hey, we need to add an extra route? And they're like, hey, the game is gonna come out, you know, soon. We just need someone to write something. And then one guy was like, can I write anything I want? They're like, yeah, go for it. And that's how this route was made. This guy isn't our club advisor or anything else. Committee of 300 can go to hell! Hit him! Giant sumo sticker man's arm flew forward. He smashed Wakui with an open palm, same way you'd swat a fly. Wakui landed hard near Memorial Park. The impact easily could have killed him. However, he was a gigalomaniac, so I couldn't afford to show him any mercy. Squish him! Crush him! In a single bound, giant sumo sticker man covered the distance between here and Memorial Park. He jumped an amazing distance for a fat man. Kazuki and I clung as tightly as we could to the D-sword in order to avoid falling off. He landed hard, crushing the area where Wakui had fallen. The impact kicked up the rubble and dust around his feet. Did we win? I looked down into the dust. Wakui's D-sword flew up through the cloud. You're so fast, there's no time to dodge. The sharp blade stabbed into my shoulder. Ah! Tore through my flesh and bone. The pain was incredible. I felt like I was gonna pass out. Oh, my shoulder! Kazuki held me up. She grabbed my hand and placed it on the D-sword. Just barely enough to keep me from falling. Bit my lip to endure the pain. Looked into the direction the sword had come from. Wakui was down there, covered in blood and looking up at us in fury, but a little from the spot where the giant sumo sticker man landed. Kick him away! Giant sumo sticker man flicked Wakui away with his foot. Wakui's body flew like a ping pong ball. At that point, the fight was over. I wasn't finished yet. Grab the weapon! Oh, the weapon, of course. My weapon, I'm at the Shibuya Earthquake Memorial, which is survived the impact of the jump and a stick. This is called symbolism, everyone. We're gonna defeat him with the power of all of our fallen friends. Survived the impact of the jump and is sticking out of the ground near his feet. He reached down and yanked it out of the earth. His eyes were locked onto Wakui as he flew through the air. This is it! Kazuki, we're gonna impale him! Giant sumo sticker man flung back the arm holding the memorial. You're not allowed to talk, Takeru. Shut up. Kazuki's will, and my own, dwelt within the giant sumo wrestler's body. This is my favorite mecha anime. This is way better than robotics notes. His arm snapped forward. The memorial was flung like a spear. Oh, it's K-Bolg! The spear instantly crossed the speed of sound. It reverses causality. The sonic boom, it smashed straight into Wakui and obliterated his body. That was the end. The sword in my shoulder disappeared in a halo of light. Wakui was dead. He never had a chance. The one-sided slaughter. The giant sumo wrestler howled into the open air. He was a destructive monster. He was a brutal giant. We had created something that threatened to destroy the balance of the entire world. I looked up at he has to go to the sky! This is like the Iron Giant, which is a movie I haven't seen, but he flies up into space, right? Looked up at the Hikari wall. Saw Kurusu waving. Oh yeah, she's fine! Waving at us from the shattered sky lobby window. I hope they just roll credits right now, that's it. Yeah. For better or for worse, both Kazuki and I had survived. Who's gonna be the ghost that helps us in the true ending then? What awaited us now was a hell worse than anything we've gone through so far. We might have brought this terror not only to ourselves, but to the entire world. Nothing about the world will ever be the same. We left to make it our way in it. We lost and frightened children. Even without the Committee of 300's decision, Kazuki and I were enemies of the world for creating such a place. Maybe it would have been better if Wakui had killed us. Did Nasu write this? There was that. And the fact that I had no idea what we were gonna do next. In fact, my shoulder was still bleeding and hurt like heck, but Kazuki was in my arms, looking relieved and at peace. So at least for this one moment, I can be grateful for the warmth I felt. That's what I thought as I looked up at that blue sky above. Post-credit scene? Shut up, Sarika! I hate fun! Don't laugh. Stop it! Deep sky, and is that really that's it? There's no ghost? Oh, okay, there goes my ghost theory. Oh, maybe it's the ghost of... Well, either the ghost of Sumo Superman or the ghost of Wakui will come save us. There's Kazuki. We only got one route left. Well, it's got two endings in it actually, but I don't know. It's Uki's, which I hate the idea of doing because like spending more time with Uki, but also like I'm expecting it to actually be good. He's like, I don't know. Like Kazuki and Arimori's route both had the they had to like include a little romance in there, right? Well, less so with Kazuki, but more so with Arimori, right? But the Uki's route could just go straight to the plot, right? Which I thought Nono's would do, but it didn't really. Although that was a more character focused route. I think Uki's is gonna be pure plot all the way through. Anyway, that was the chuniest thing I've read in quite some while. That was the last 10 minutes justifies that entire route to me. I love that. Just when Wakui got on the cliff racer, that was it. That's when I knew I was reading peak. This game is something else, everyone. Anyways, I'll see you soon for Uki's route. And then the true ending, which is coming up. I was kind of hoping I could end this exactly in episode 100. It doesn't seem like I'll get that far though. I'm guessing what has it been, like 8 videos per route? So we're on 79. We're gonna get to the 90s probably. I think Uki's route and the true ending are both around the same length as Kazuki's route, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.